Hello there, and welcome to a surprise Bad Batch review by the powerful Thigh Guys. Joining me as always, the Sith Holocron. How you doing today?
Pretty aight.
Pretty aight?
Pretty aight.
It's Mass Effect Day.
It is Mass Effect Day. I'm going to probably go and try and see if I can find it anywhere after this.
And as always, it's me, the Jedi Holocron. We had time. So we're reviewing episode 3 of the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
We only committed to see episode 1 and episode 16, the finale in the beginning. And we just had time, so we're like, fuck it. Reviewing the Bad Batch.
I'll probably reference stuff to episode 2.
Yeah. All references to episodes that already happened.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what do you think of episode 3? The Bad Batch. Replacements.
It felt very much like a Clone Wars episode because it could have started with Admiral Yularen yelling stranded.
Yeah. Stranded. Because they were stranded.
I like that episode 2 and 3 feel extremely Clone Wars-esque.
Yeah.
Like, they very much fit into that. Because they both were, like very contained, Clone Wars was, but then still with, like, hints of overarching.
Yeah, not a ton of overarching plot, but a lot of good character moments.
I mean, but a little bit of overarching.
Yeah. I feel like this one more than the last episode 2 for sure, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, because in this episode we got to see what's going on with Crosshair, too,
Yeah.
so...
I really like that about this episode.
Yeah.
The Crosshair stuff, because getting a peek into, like, what happened on Kamino after Order 66 is just interesting.
Yeah.
Like, what their plan is to try to stay relevant, because we know the Empire gets rid of clones, right?
Yes.
Like,
and Palpatine hates Kaminoans.
Yeah. And it's like, it's interesting to see, like, from their point of view, like, what they're trying to do to make it happen.
Also, Kaminoans are really kind of scummy. Just in general.
Who, like, the big, tall neck people?
Yeah.
What?
Kaminoans.
No, they don't seem that bad.
I mean, all their clones are property. They breed these people just to kill them. They really,
yeah, that's fair.
They were super in support of Palpatine's whole plan just because they could get rich off of it. Like, they're kind of shitty people.
Shit, you right.
And I'm sure whatever their plan is with Omega is going to be terrible. So
I like them though, because clones are cooler than normal stormtroopers.
Oh, I love the clones. I'm saying the Kaminoans themselves.
Yeah.
They're kind of shitty because they view the clones as property.
Yeah.
They're not. They're brothers.
Brothers.
Now with a sister.
Yes.
She's not made from Jango Fett.
We don't know that for sure, though.
I'm pretty
I doubt
sure.
it, though, because they do make reference to Jango Fett's source material where they make the clones just depleting.
That was a plot line, actually kind of relatively early in the Clone Wars, that, like, I think it was involved with, like, the whole Battle of Kamino arc. Like, Asajj wanted to get the clone, or the Jango Fett data, and they got it back, but, like, it was also still just, like, they mentioned how, like, fucked up it was getting.
Yeah.
Because there's only so many times you can, like, pry shit out of it to make a clone.
Right. It's pretty bogus, though, that, like, for Sheev hates clones so much, but damn, he sure tried to clone himself a lot.
Who?
Palpatine.
Oh. No, he doesn't hate clones. He hates the Kaminoans.
Kaminoans, okay.
He hates owing them.
Yeah.
Because it's very expensive.
I'm telling you.
And he doesn't want to be in their pocket, basically. Like, they, in a way, could have a lot of control. They could have had a lot of control over the Republic by just being like, well, you gotta do what we want, because otherwise you don't got a fucking military.
Yeah.
And Palpatine hates that.
Yeah, because they do have a lot of value to him.
Yes.
And, like, what his future holds.
They're worth trillions of credits.
Yeah. I'm interested.
And it's just a cost that Palpatine doesn't want anymore.
Yeah. Because one of the big things people have been speculating is that this is going to go towards them trying to help make the sequels make more sense.
Yes.
And
that's also kind of what the Mandalorian plotline was doing, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a lot of theories out there. I know you don't like this theory that Omega's a Sheev clone.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's too early for that, but, like...
It's too early, and why gender swap her?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, they fucking failed Sheev cloning a lot. They didn't master cloning Sheev for a long time.
That's different, though, because this is mixing up a whole chromosome.
Yeah.
Like, normally their problem is they just can't get them to be stable.
Yeah.
And it's hard to clone someone who's force sensitive. But, like, this is actually, like, they're pretty good at cloning normal people.
Yeah. What if she's a clone of Padme? That was just random. They took her corpse.
Again, unless the idea is, like, Palpatine wanted to create, like, a daughter, so they, like, mixed his DNA with someone else's. Or, like, he just wanted to make a kid, I guess.
Because once he got shocked, he realized how unfuckable he was. And all, like, because he looked like a ball
I feel
sack.
like to some degree, Palpatine's asexual.
Probably. We don't really explore
He's not
Palpatine's sexuality.
Well, like, I've never seen, like... I mean, clearly...
Well,
he's an old fucking man. He could have gotten married, 40 years ago.
Yeah. And if we learned anything from watching Revenge of the Sith a few days ago, the only thing that gets Palpatine wet is using the Force.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, he is only attracted to killing people and hurting them. That is his only, like, thing that gives him life.
Yeah.
So, like, the only way I see the whole, like, Omega being, like, somehow related to Sheev thing is if like, Palpatine wanted a kid.
Yeah.
And so they, like... artificially created a child with his DNA.
So you're telling me Omega, Rey's mom?
More like Aunt.
Aunt. No.
The older sister of Rey's dad.
Yeah. But I'm interested to see when, like...
That would actually be fucking hysterical if she's Rey's aunt.
No, what if she's Rey's grandma?
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Because Palpatine's grandpa.
Yeah.
I could none of the Palpatine clone stuff makes sense right now, and like the lineage.
Well, no, it doesn't make sense that wise, but I do see it being a possibility that he would be looking into it this far in advance.
Yeah, that's why I think it's gonna be interesting, like why he shuts down the clone thing to use it for himself, and like he takes over the Camino and like uses like the knowledge and like. That's where he gets the first idea of like possibly cloning himself.
I feel like he might actually do exactly what they did to the Geonosians.
What was that?
Learn everything from them and then purge them.
Yeah. I could see that.
Like, because the Kaminoans we've never seen past the prequel era.
Yeah. Because I feel like...
Which really just means the core of the Separatists and the core of the Republic are both just purged by the Empire, if that's the case.
Yeah. That's funny as hell.
The people who made cloning and the people who made the Death Star just fucked.
Yeah. You get Palpatine uses them and then bye-bye.
I mean, that's how we roll.
It really is how he roll. It's interesting though that like
I like that we're just talking about Palpatine and not the
it goes
the episode.
It goes back to like the cloning facility in the
yeah.
Like,
I just think it's funny
because they seem like they're very susceptible to takeover because like they make an army, but like does that army really protect them? Like because they're not currently in control of it.
They're not loyal.
Like I'm surprised like how they've lasted this long, honestly.
I'm pretty sure the clones kind of don't like the Kaminoans because they know they're just viewed as property and like test subjects.
What is their protection? The Empire?
I'm sure to some degree they have some clones that would protect them. If they're going the way that I kind of hope they go and they get to like the clone rebellions.
Yeah.
It could be like the clones are like, well, we either die with the Empire or we try and protect the people who made us. So shitty both ways, but might as well stay with the Kaminoans.
Yeah, I'm real interested to see where they go with that whole
I
thing.
hope they go to the Clone Rebellion plotline, because that'd be awesome. And also just a really good way to add logic to why they stopped using clone troopers. Yeah. Because as of right now, it's hard to understand why they're like, no, let's go with stormtroopers.
Mm-hmm. I really like what they did in this episode, though, with like the idea of...
Oh, that's a great idea.
Of the clone leader and the...
Basically like using the clones as elites.
Yeah. Because, like, you have full control over them and then, like, strike the fear into, like, the hearts of the soldiers like we see in this episode.
It perfectly, like, covers all their bases because you would reduce the cost by a lot as well as not being completely reliant on Camino, but still getting skilled leaders that were bred from birth to be, like, the perfect soldiers. Mm-hmm. So that would make sense. Like, I actually really like that idea. And I feel like they're only going to get fucked over because I bet they're going to... the Bad Batch is going to fix Crosshair.
Yeah. But do you think... Yeah.
And that'll make them scrap the whole program.
Right. I'm still... Yeah.
Which is funny, because if they went through with that idea and that became, like, the norm, like, every squad of stormtroopers had a clone leader, the Empire probably would have won.
Right. Because they will make sure that what gets done needs to be
Yeah,
done.
because they'd have competent commanders.
Which is
the weak point of the whole Empire.
Yeah. Speaking of commanders... We got a new one in this one.
Yeah.
A new admiral.
Rampart.
I missed his name the first time I watched it. I'm like, Is he important?
I looked it up, and from what I saw on Wikipedia, so if that's wrong, then blame Wikipedia, not me. It looks like he's only from this.
Only from this. Because he's the one who implemented the chain codes.
Yes.
Which is something newer to Star Wars, which we first see in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And now they're, I like it that they're, putting it into the canon.
I feel like it was a Legends thing, probably, too.
Yeah.
To some degree. Yeah. I feel like I find it weird because I feel like the way they introduced him makes it look like it's someone we know.
Right. Maybe he was the
maybe Wikipedia's wrong.
Maybe he was the guy on the.
Maybe he's in a book or something.
Yeah. Maybe he is the guy in episode 3 of season 2 of Mandalorian who has the ship that kills himself. Just a random Imperial guy.
Oh.
Tie it back. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I think that guy has a name though.
Yeah, but maybe it's Rampart. Who knows?
Okay.
Yeah. The moment he popped up, I'm like, do we know him? Who is he? What is he for?
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see what they do with him.
Yeah.
Another, named Imperial along with Tarkin.
It makes sense because Tarkin obviously has more shit going on, so he can't stay here forever.
Yeah, he's got to go white.
He has a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
He's involved in the Thrawn books, his own book.
He a busy man.
He's a busy Well, that's why that's why they make a new rank just for him.
I really hope we get Krennic.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Did we get him in Rebels? I don't remember.
No.
Yeah, it'd be cool if Krennic showed up.
We didn't see anyone who, worked on the Death Star. All we saw was they were trying to protect the crystal in Rebels.
Yeah, or if we saw Galen, that'd be cool, too.
Yeah, if we saw some...
Or Bodhi.
I still want, if we ever see Saw again, I want, if it's in, the future for him to have Jyn with him.
Yeah.
But this is still way too early.
Yes, way too early for Jyn. Wait... Is it, though? Because maybe this is that timeline where... Because we see... At the end of episode 3, they're building the Death Star.
Yes.
Is this point we're in Bad Batch is probably the point where...
Around the same time.
But this is probably where Galen left. And it's they didn't...
I don't think so.
But then wouldn't Jyn be...
This is so...
So this is so early where he's there with Jyn.
Yes.
And not the in-between where they go...
Not where they're in hiding.
Away and they try to get Jyn and then she goes.
Because I don't think he went into hiding for a while.
Yeah. So he's definitely with them then, yeah, okay.
Because remember,
and
this
Jyn's
is...
That's a way we could see Jyn, though.
Because remember...
Not with Galen, but with Galen, not with Saw.
This is weeks after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
I don't think Galen left the project that early if he was the lead.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I haven't read the Catalyst.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Because I'm sure they specify a time there, but I really doubt he left this early because they only had the frame.
Yeah.
So I feel he was there when they were still actually constructed.
And he didn't go back until they were almost done.
Yeah. But let's talk about the actual episode.
We are.
Well, we're talking about how the future.
Yeah. Well,
let's get back to the episode.
The Bad Batch needs a house.
They do. I like the house ship.
Yeah.
I love that dynamic in these shows. I feel it works really well. Because that's exactly what I would do if I was in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Why have a house on one planet when you can have a house that can go anywhere?
Right. You just don't have a front yard. That's the only downside. But the galaxy's your front yard.
Who gives a shit about the front yard? I'm not a 60-year-old man. I don't care about my yard.
I want to take care of my lawn, though.
Yeah, I wonder, do you think the rest of them have rooms?
I don't know. Well, I assume so.
Their shuttle looks really small.
No, they probably should have, beds, though.
Yeah, they have,
little bunks on the side.
Yeah.
That was honestly probably one of my favorite parts of the episode, jumping to the end.
Yeah.
When Wrecker makes a room for
he spent the whole episode building her a room.
Yeah, which was cool. Which looks like it's an old cockpit or something.
Yeah, I think it looks like it's a gunner seat or something. Yeah.
And he left his little dollop there for...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Wrecker.
Yeah, he's the sweet, dumb cousin.
Yeah. Sweet, dumb uncle.
Oh, yeah.
He's the oldest member of the family. He was the firstborn. I feel with the family dynamic, Wrecker was born first, then Hunter, then Tech, then Echo.
Echo last for sure.
Echo last for sure.
Yeah. But yeah.
I like how this episode continues with a consistent theme that they've had throughout all 3 episodes, where Tech just kind of knows everything but doesn't tell anyone.
Maybe he's the best. Maybe he's the bad guy.
Well, I feel like it might be because like I said, I rewatched the Bad Batch arc in Clone Wars, and they kind of make fun of Echo for or not Echo. They make fun of Tech for talking too much. Well, and sharing too many useless facts. So I feel like to some degree he might just do it out of spite.
Just be like, shit, you don't want me sharing all this shit. I'm
just not going to tell you all this important shit.
I also like to keep along the theme of Omega just trying to be Hunter.
Yeah. She wants to be your dad.
Right.
Her actual dad.
She was taking charge, jumping in that little hole.
Yeah. That's a nightmare.
Jumping in a hole.
I get very bad claustrophobia.
Right.
I thought for a second this was another one of those creatures from that episode of Rebels that were afraid of light at first. And I'm like, man, those things live everywhere. But no, it was different.
I thought it was funny that once she got in the hole and got the piece they needed, she heard Hunter looking for her, and she just screams right in front of the thing, "I'm coming!" in her lovely Australian accent.
That's the other reason why she can't be Jango Fett. She's Australian.
Yeah.
Jango wasn't Australian.
I love Australian accents.
Yeah.
They're so good.
If we ever get grown up Omega, she needs to call someone a cunt, though.
Not gonna happen with Star Wars.
But it's too perfect.
Give me the Billy Butcher Omega crossover where they just call people cunts.
When she's an adult.
Yeah.
Do you think she has accelerated aging?
Possibly.
Like the other clones do?
Good chance, yeah. That's why she's Rey's grandma.
I wonder though if maybe well, actually no, because that wouldn't make sense because she's probably 9 or 10. Because I was gonna say it'd be funny if she didn't have growth acceleration, so she was actually the oldest.
No, 99 forever.
But no, well, no, because also the clones were made 20 years ago, so she would have to be in her 20s if she had no growth acceleration.
She has to have do clones start out as babies?
Yeah.
Or do they start out as toddlers?
No, they start as fetuses.
Okay. Yeah, she has to have accelerated
It's that they age twice as fast.
It'd be funny if by the end of season 3 she was just an adult.
Well, if she has accelerated aging, I can very much see that being a thing.
Yeah.
Which also just sucks, because their lifespan is so short.
Yeah. Well, they're soldiers.
They get 40 years max.
Right.
40, 50.
I don't know, however long Rex got.
50 is you would be 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why we know for sure Rex definitely died after the Battle of Endor.
Yeah, he had not long after that.
Way too old at that point.
My favorite... I actually watched that episode before I watched Bad Batch last night. I was watching Rebels, the one where they go get Rex. And they use Zeb as bait. I'm like, good shit. Good shit.
I love all the stuff with the clones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like, to flip over to the other part of the episode. I really like we were saying, the whole idea of it, but I also kind of like that Crosshair is now the commander of his own little kill squad.
Yeah. I hope...
It's kind of what he wanted, but it's not the same.
Without his
You
boys.
can see him being depressed at the end of the episode, because it's what he wanted, but he doesn't care about these people.
Yeah. It'd be cool. I don't think they're going to do it, but it'd be cool, depending on how long that arc goes, or him with the kill squad, and before he gets the chip probably removed. And
yeah.
I would love to see them build up this squad. Because to me, they're just a bunch of faces right now, and one of them died, so...
And the one that died is the only one that was talking.
Yeah.
2 of them I don't think even had lines.
Yeah.
That would be cool. I would like that. And it'd be kind of cool if to some degree they sort of have their own friendship.
Yeah. Make us care about them.
Yeah. So then it makes it almost kind of sad when Crosshair turns against them in the end. Which I bet... This will probably go along with the bit I was saying. Tech's probably building a way to get rid of the chip.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And he's not going to mention it until it's done.
Yeah. Because he seems to focus on whatever his stuff is before he
Yeah.
even gives a fuck about anything else.
But he was like, the life support's fine, so I can just focus on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Even though the hyperdrive's fucked. Leaving Echo to have to fix everything. I feel like Echo and Tech almost have a little rivalry.
Because they're both
Since they're both technological.
Yeah.
Tech is smarter, but Echo's actually a
plus
cyborg.
Echo's the new guy. He's
yeah.
I have I can hack things with my hand.
Well, it was like in episode 1 when Crosshair was like kind of really mean to Echo, and he was like, "You're basically a droid," or whatever he said.
Yeah.
I didn't choose to be this way, Dad.
Right. Fucking what?
Fucking what? I mean, to be fair, if he was going to be alive, he'd have to be mostly droid.
Yeah.
His whole torso got ripped apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good episode.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that
something big's going to be happening soon, though?
Yeah.
Or we got...
Well, I think yeah, we're building up, like, we'll probably get a little bit more with, like, Crosshair's kill squad, and then it'll be head-to-head after that.
Oh, already?
Well, at the end of the season, I mean.
The end of the season, huh?
Well, I think they'll confront each other, like, a couple of times.
I thought you meant, like, the big...
No, I don't mean, like, the end.
And then, like, he turns in the best... But yeah.
No, I mean, like, that'll be the season finale, but I mean, like, they'll probably have their first encounter within the next couple episodes.
Yeah.
And they'll probably get fucked up by Crosshair's squad.
You think
they won't be expecting it.
You think we're gonna see Saw again?
I think there's a chance.
Because I was surprised we went back to that planet in this episode, honestly.
Yeah, went back to Onderon.
But it makes sense.
It makes sense because Tarkin wouldn't just leave them alone after that.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a chance, especially because he was like, I'll give you clones a choice, or whatever. I feel like there's a chance that they kind of work with him for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Until eventually leaving. Probably to deal with Crosshair.
Right, yeah.
It'll be a similar thing. I like how Saw just kind of works with everyone, but only for like 3 or 4 missions.
Yeah, he's like
Cal was with him for like Cal Kestis.
Oh, he was in. I forgot he was in.
Yeah, he worked with them on Kashyyyk for like a couple of minutes, and then he left. Sabine and Ezra worked with him for like a mission, and then he betrayed them. Like Saw kind of just works with everyone, and then they end up hating him by the end, so they all leave.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I kind of think that's a funny dynamic, because Saw becomes like this weird like connector for so many characters.
I like Saw a lot.
Saw's great. Saw's my favorite rebel, because I love that he's a bad guy.
A bad rebel.
I like that a lot. I like having the grayness. Mm-hmm. Although definitely this is early enough in his rebellion where he's still a good guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like the one member of Crosshair's squad has a fucking flamethrower.
Right, I was surprised by that. Like, shit, we got some flame troopers up in here.
Break the Geneva Convention constantly.
Right, that's the Empire's way.
Wait, do you think these are members of Scar Squadron?
Who's Scar Squadron?
The elite stormtrooper unit. Because I think one of them has a flamethrower.
Was that the one that, like...
That people want, like, for it to be, like, head-to-head Bad Batch versus...
like the cleansing of the class of the clones or whatever?
Yeah. Because, like, they'd be, like... It's, like, Stormtrooper Force 99 and Clone Trooper Force 99.
Maybe.
Because I think one of them has a flamethrower.
I could see that.
And, like, so Crosshair...
This should be, like, the very beginning
Crosshair's
of it.
actually building this unit
that
will end up becoming the Bad Batch's, like, main antagonist, hopefully.
Yeah. And then, like, the one that honestly probably destroys them.
Yeah. That would actually be cool. How did I already forget the name of that squadron? I said it, like, 3 minutes ago.
Do you think we get...
But I already don't remember what the name is. Yeah. What did I say it was?
Scar Squadron?
Scar Squadron, yeah.
Do you think we get a happy ending for anyone in the Bad Batch?
Omega.
I mean, any of the clone. Well, other than Omega. Obviously, Omega is going to be okay.
No. Well... I don't know. I think... It depends on your definition of happy.
They survive and get to live out the rest of their life in peace.
You mean live out the rest of their life in hiding?
Yeah, but in peace.
Or like, hiding out with Omega?
Yeah.
I think...
Only Hunter probably has the best chance.
No, I actually think Hunter has the most chance of dying.
Well, I think Echo, too.
Oh, well, yeah. I think Hunter has the most chance of dying just because of how much that would impact Omega.
Yeah.
Just because he's the obvious, like, most father... They're all kind of fatherly to her, but he's the most dad. So he has the highest chance of dying.
He is the Dad Badge.
And also, if he dies, that would be why the rest of the squad, like, falls apart. Mm-hmm. Because otherwise, like... It is kind of one of those situations where it's like, well, where the hell were they?
Yeah.
So I feel like Hunter's definitely going to die at the end of this series. No, not this season. The end of the series. Hunter will die, and then the rest of them will And we'll probably lose someone along the way, probably Echo.
I'm saying Tech.
I think Tech has the most likely chance of surviving the whole time.
Yeah. But I feel like you saved Echo, so you gotta keep him around longer, and like him and Tech kind of have like the same role-ish.
Yeah. But also, that could also be like why they would kill off Echo, because he has been around for so long.
Mm-hmm.
For like hardcore fans of the Clone Wars, that would actually be like a more impactful death.
Yeah.
Because of how long he'd been around.
Mm-hmm. It could make us care about the rest of Bad Batch more because they care about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like I could see that working. And also, I don't know how long he can even live as that kind of cyborg. Like,
that's true. His lifespan's already short.
He looks so sick. Like, at all times. He doesn't look as sick as he did in that arc, but he still does not look healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, he did lose like 80% of his body, so... And then when he dies, it would be the final member of the Domino Squad dying.
Oh, so that'd be a shame.
Because we had the really sad Five's death in Season 6 of Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And we thought that was the last one.
Little did we know.
But it almost makes it more sad because Fives died before they figured out that Echo was still alive.
Yeah. So you didn't get to see any of his brothers.
So, like, my personal, like, I guess, prediction... Echo will die at some point during the series, and Hunter will die at the very end.
And, I'm most in, yeah.
And the others will survive.
I'm curious what they're gonna do with Omega, though.
Yeah,
I feel like it's not very clear at all, which is good.
I don't know what they're. I
have no idea what the plan is.
I don't know what the long game plan is.
I'm also excited for what's her name to show up. Still, fucking Fennec.
Yeah,
this season has a lot in store. Still, like I said, we're slowly ramping up. Mm-hmm. I'm ready for the rest. Any final thoughts on this episode?
Thought it was good.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Excited for more. Yeah.
Let's go with... I still want the series overlay to be this season is Crosshair's the enemy, then they get him back. Next season is like Clone Rebellions, and then third season, final season is Scar Squadron.
That'd be cool.
That'd be dope.
Yes. While we just see what happens with the Empire and the Clones.
Yeah, during that whole time is where we see all this stuff going down.
Maybe we get a few cameos like we were talking about earlier, and a lot of fun stuff.
But like for main villains, I think it'd be cool if it was like Crosshair, then Kaminoan Rebellions, and then finally Scar Squadron. Yeah. They finally meet their match at the last season.
Yeah, that'd be dope. So tell us what you guys thought in the comments below. Let us know if our theories are terrible or good or mediocre. Just tell us what you think's going to happen, and leave a comment, hit that bell, subscribe.
Let us know if you think Omega's a clone of Palpy.
Yeah, or Rey's auntie. And until next time, good soldiers follow orders.